Okay, hey guys, okay. The worst timing in live streaming history by Decoy Voice. This is about Vitaly. Or Vitaly, no matter how you want to pronounce him. We'll see what happened. Apparently he's going to jail, for real now this time. So, yeah, let's go. 8 minutes, let's see what happened to this loser.
YouTuber and live streamer Vitaly was causing a nuisance in the Philippines, where he was.
So yeah, he was annoying people. He was also technically, if you consider this assault, then yeah, he was stealing stuff from people. He was being zesty towards people, mostly men. He also accidentally, maybe not accidentally, maybe even actually on purpose, tried to grab an officer's gun. Do with this what you will. He also took a motor bicycle, something like that, and also tried to steal it. Well, he didn't have the keys, but he still tried to roll away with it.
Finally arrested by the authorities. Now, he originally didn't take this too seriously until he started facing 20.
World Cup final streaker facing 24 years in Asian prison after being accosted by police. Russian YouTuber Vitaly has found himself in hot water on a number of occasions since his streaking during the 2014 World Cup final, and could now face up to 24 years in a Filipino prison. Perfect.
4 years in Filipino prison, where even if he isn't convicted, he will remain in there.
He will remain in prison for 2 to 3 years during his trials are expected, which his trials are expected to last. If found guilty, he would likely be sentenced around August 2027. That's
Custody for 2 to 3
that's quite a while.
years during his trial. And the Philippines aren't necessarily known for their great treatment of prisoners. When covering these,
Bro, they're like in sardines. This is literally just like they're in the sardine can or something.
Philippines aren't necessarily known for their great treatment of prisoners. When covering these nuisance streamers, I once made the joke of their niche should be called live streaming until you die screaming. Little did we know this may become another one of the many
I mean, they usually don't die screaming. Usually they either go to jail or they get punched as it currently stands. Like Johnny.
prophecies to actually play out. Now, Vitaly isn't that old, and max sentencing only takes him to 60, but I honestly don't know how long a rich social media star would survive in conditions like this.
How long are you? What crime did you commit?
He's a drug dealer.
You're a drug dealer. Oh, bad dog.
If a little Shih Tzu can't get a fair trial, little YouTube shits ain't either. As I first called this, the prank to prison pipeline, and that's actually been happening frequently as he started with YouTube pranks, and almost poetically, his first videos with millions of views were called Disturbing the Peace, and the video that got him arrested with
Yeah. Vitaly disturbing the peace in the Philippines, or Vitaly finding a wife in the Philippines. Doesn't matter which one he picks. If you didn't know, he also wailed on a jogger, on a female jogger. Punched her and shit. Yeah.
20,000 views was also called Disturbing the Peace. Is it irony or prophecy that the same video that gets you on the platform will eventually be the same reason you get taken off? That's why it's great we have the sponsor for today's video, Raycon. So even though you completely forgot to get your mom a gift on Mother's Day, and that's a joke because this year it's on May 11th, but don't be that person that actually forgot. So now would be a perfect time to check out Raycon's everyday.
This is an incredible hot take, and I will hurt people's feelings with that. but I prefer cables. I prefer wires. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I don't like Bluetooth. I'm sorry.
Earbuds, because these are the perfect gift for anybody, as their latest model comes with a 32-hour battery life that features the ability to switch from active noise cancellation and awareness mode, where I use them when I'm out on walks and still want to hear everything around me, or when I'm working at home and need to block everything out, which is where the protective case cover comes in clutch, as I normally wouldn't get something in bright orange, but when I throw them in my bag, it's what I'm grabbing the most, so it's helpful to be able to see it and snatch it right away. So support the channel and go to buyraycon.com/decoyvoice to get 20% off site-wide. That's buyraycon.com/decoyvoice to get 20% off site-wide. But back to exactly what happened to Vitaly's nuisance streams in the Philippines.
What is he doing? I've never seen this clip. What is he doing?
Brother, I got it. Don't worry. I'm the manager. My name is Vitaly McDonald. Ron McDonald is me. The manager told me to cook.
The fuck? Yeah, I've never seen that before. That's a new one. That's a new one. Could that be considered obstruction? I mean, this isn't Korea, right? So no obstruction of business. But if they do have it, then that could be considered, right? That is crazy. He literally just stormed into a restaurant and started cooking there, literally.
If we're already there, we're gonna be practicing in 5 minutes to understand how to take off the boards using our knees. So this is...
Yeah, that's what surfing is. I know how to surf. Okay. Give me the remote and let's go. Chad, destroy him. I want him to he's gonna come to my hotel and apologize. Watch. Wii Sports, go leave a Yelp review. 1 star. No, I have a question for you.
Damn, that is so mean. Bro, literally just brigaded this guy's reviews. That's crazy.
Strangers started confronting him in the streets.
When you're interacting with people here and you're messing around with them, I know it's a joke to you, but for the people here, they work hard, bro.
And guess what? And I tip him. What do you do? Exactly.
I run a software company and I provide housing for the...
So you can't just talk, right?
I'm not talking.
Why you
I'm asking you, why even make that content? I'm speaking up for...
Yeah, he also threatened to punch him. And people will be like, yeah, he wouldn't do that, never. He's a coward. Like I said, he has beaten down on a woman before. That coward.
For a large majority of people.
Shut the f*** up, because I do whatever the f*** I want. What are you gonna follow me?
I'm not gonna follow you.
Yo, I swear to God, bro.
It's a real conversation.
Man, I don't want to have a conversation. I don't want to have a conversation with you. What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell your viewers that you guys are better than this. You don't have to watch people with others and putting them down.
Go. Don't touch me before I knock you out.
You're not gonna knock me out.
Oh yeah? What are you gonna do?
I guarantee you're not gonna knock me
Yo, back off.
out.
Oh, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You came with these...
A trained fighter challenged him to a cage match.
I'm challenging you to an MMA fight. You don't even...
Yeah, bro is losing 100%. That guy has nothing. That guy has nothing. He can only beat women and that's it. That's also new. I never knew that he was challenged to an MMA fight. I would have loved to see him in an MMA fight, getting that man kicked around.
even have to win. You just have to survive one round with me. And if you do, hey, I'll pay you $5,000 US. We all know that if my Filipino colleagues Mark Mugen or Brandon Vera, both former UFC fighters, made this challenge, there would be a 0% chance you'd accept. But I'm 5'6" and almost 50 years old. You're in your 30s, ripped and muscular, and probably 70 pounds heavier than me. Again, to be crystal clear, you don't even have to beat me. You just have to survive 5 minutes.
I love how smug he is. with all the reason, right? Good reason to be smug. Yeah, even if he's 50, you're gonna wash this man.
And I will personally hand you the 5,000 US dollars.
And even the Filipino president acknowledged him, roughly stating that he will be punished in the Philippines with no deportation, no serving his time home in Russia, almost to set the precedence of foreigners committing crimes in his country, as their general elections are less than a month away. So it's
Yeah, what he did with that old lady was practically that he practically went up to the lady, said like, I'm gonna give you money, and then like, if you don't stop, I'll rob you. And I'm like, okay, that's not something. And you like to try to push it like as like being a hero and stuff. Like, no, you can't just shoot somebody in the foot and then expect them to be like fine when you pay them. That's not how this works. And you also call that old lady woke. Yeah, not getting potentially assaulted by a creep is woke.
Almost like a political platform to show the citizens that his party will not allow tourists to come in and harass them. This is the country that elected President Duterte, the guy that essentially greenlit drug dealers until the International Criminal Court stepped in and arrested him for crimes against humanity. And after checking in with my Filipino friends, parts of the country still see him favorably. So just how Korea just passed laws regarding deepfakes, which especially screws Johnny Somali, committing crimes in a country that craves law and order during election season is basically seasoning for how cooked your life is. As they're even after
You should not cause mayhem in other countries as a tourist. Heck, not even as a tourist. In general, if you are in a country, just don't commit any crimes. It can't be that hard. It can't be that hard. Whether it's your own or another country, it can't be that hard. Just for a little bit of internet cloud. And now that internet cloud isn't helping you because you're going to jail.
his camera guy, who is apparently already on the run. And I, for one, am excited at the idea that nuisance content is finally going to be punished, as even if they don't convict him, the 2 to 3 years
Recording for a nuisance streamer, if you are the cameraman, I have to say, you're kind of like a cook. You get to watch all the fun and never participate. You are literally in a cuck chair. The chair is the camera.
of being stuffed in a hot closet with a bunch of murderers eating scraps should be enough to prevent anybody else from trying to be the next nuisance streamer in the Philippines. But sadly, the same can't be said for Japan. As we covered when Johnny started his nonsense over a year ago, they had the opportunity to make an example out of him, but he was quickly released to do the same thing in the next country. And now, they are plagued with copycats in their subways.
Which is absolutely horrid, because trains are kind of like meditation in Japan. People whisper, they're silent, they don't make any noise, and then you have like this moron, and he makes noise, and is loud, and disturbs the peace there. But they also tried to get after him already, so that's good.
Where multiple streamers go for cherry blossom season and
Yep, Miskiff did this with the cherry blossom trees as well, and then apologized. And then also made some weird things, like being fairly aggressive to that one lady as well. Bro said he has been multiple times in Japan. That's very interesting, why he still does it though.
climb the trees, and when they write articles about it, roughly translated to the copycats that could damage the property, that could result in 3 years in prison. I simply don't buy it. If Johnny could blast inappropriate content in theme parks and subways, then get in multiple fights all across the country, but you just let him go knowing the whole world was watching, your whole criminal justice system ends up looking like a joke, especially when compared to their South Asian evil twin island in the Philippines. So South Korea has a choice right now, but in this scenario, the dark path is the right choice. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription.
Truly, I'm already subscribed. I can't subscribe again. However, again, I feel like... Let's finish this.
Then go check out the video on how even though he's free, Johnny might be safer in jail.
Anyways. Jail them all. And as harsh as it may sound, maybe in this regard, Japan has to dial the... What's the word? The formalities, the kindness, whatever you want to call it. What's the word I'm looking for? Shit. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Let me Google. Shit. Okay, now. The politeness. That word was completely gone. It has to maybe dial back the politeness a little bit and hit him harder. As sad as that sounds, because people are just going to continue to behave this way. Anyways, Vitaly might be going to jail. Well, he's not leaving for the next 3 years, so that's interesting. Or 2 to 3 years. We'll see what happens. Actually, just send him to jail. I don't care anymore. Clean up the trash. That's it.